Hello. Thank you for my arm. Welcome to my studio. We're going to be doing some jelly plating and we're going to get started right now. So, this is one of the most liked and most popular videos right now when it comes to our kind of art, and that is gel plating. So, like I said, sorry for my arm, but we want to get started. How are you? Welcome to my studio. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm Julie Torrens, and gel plating it's a great deal of fun. I love it. It's a lot of work to set up for me and a lot of work to put away. It's worth it. It's worth it to me. I love it. So I've got just a plain old piece of printer paper on the side that I'm rolling off my brayer. And I want to start with just some basic backgrounds. So you're not going to see at first a whole lot of, artsy things going on. We're just going to work on filling some paint on some of this paper. And this is, again, just a piece of regular printer paper. And I'm going to try to brayer it on to make sure I get it everywhere. It's a nice even way. This is a small brayer, and I like it for this purpose, but I do have the larger speedball brayer that I use for putting the paint down. Okay, let's just peel this off. And we're going to be trying some other techniques. There is some other purpley, I don't know what that even is, but it's okay. Off to the dryer. I have to dry them a few steps away from the camera, so that's the way it goes. All right, you know what? I'm going to just take this pink and I'm going to drag it around because this is a 9 by 11 jelly plate, and that piece of paper was 8.5 by 11. All right, let's get this red. And these are paints that I got from Tuesday Morning on sales racks, and I even got one paint here that I'm going to open in a little bit that I paid $1 for out of a bin. It has no labeling on it. I don't even know for sure that it's acrylic paint, but to tell you the truth, if it isn't, I don't know what else it could be. Well, nothing's easy when you're on video. There we go. There we go. All right, let's get this red and gold. Now the yellow, it's cadmium yellow deep. It is more of a transparent shade, and this red is more of a opaque. And I like that combination when you've got some opaque and some of the other. Now I've got a sheet of craft paper here, and this is paper that I got from a delivery from Joann's, and it's great. So use what you have. The jelly plate, it's not cheap, but if you take care of it, it honestly should last forever. I don't know why this corner is lifting. Maybe that was why. Let's keep it where you can see it. And let's get number 2. Now this is beautiful. I really like that. That's a good background. Okay, moving on. I was doing one video. This is, I think, my 3rd jelly plate video. And I was walking over to the drying area and I ended up stepping in one of them. It was dry enough that it didn't harm it, but it was wet enough that it stuck to my foot. So anything can happen when you're jelly plating with Julie. Now this is that 25-cent paint. Let's get a scissors. I didn't even know it was sophisticated enough to have this kind of a tight seal on it. Why it's not labeled, I don't know. But let's see what it does. It's kind of a buttermilk color. Fairly thick. Yeah, fairly thick indeed. So we got some purple and some white. Don't know what the white is about. Like I said, it's kind of a buttermilk color. And the purple is opaque. I know that. It says it is. I've used it in other things, and it truly is opaque. So I'm not trying to get rid of all the marbling, but I do want to get the whole jelly plate covered. There we go. Yep. Okay. Roll off, and let's see. Now, you're going to see people that are doing jelly plating that have multiple jelly plates. If you don't have that, don't let it stop you. I only have one. You have people that you're going to see jelly plating that have a full basement craft room. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. So don't let that just distract you from doing this. And there are some people that use very expensive paints. That's fine, but it's not necessary. Look, that came out great. So don't feel like you've got to have all these types of ducks in a row before you can do jelly plating, because it's just not true. Okay, let's do one more background. I'm trying to be, creative and use different colors. Let's see. Is this one open? Yep. Here's a green. And I always have to be careful with a green of this shade. And if you add pink or red, for one thing, you can get brown when it mixes together. But the other thing is, I just don't want it to look Christmas specific. There's a time for that, and it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. But I want these to be just a little more versatile than that. Now, some of you might be thinking I'm using a little too much paint. That might be true. But again, my technique has not been perfected. I am simply a beginner. And so I do what I do. And if you're a beginner, you can do it too. And if you're a seasoned professional at this, well, maybe I'm doing something a little bit different that might inspire you. I hope so. You never know. Another piece of this. Yes, you can throw all kinds of roadblocks in front of a project like this, but try not to. Now, I have a moving blanket. You know what those are, the things they wrap your furniture in? And I just spread it out on the floor in my living room, and that's what I lay these on. Kind of like a drop cloth. All right, let's see what we get. I like it very much, and I like what's left there. I really do. Heading to the drying rack. Okay, now I'm just going to take a piece of this 8.5 by 11 printer paper. You know, I was going to just lay it on there, but I'm going to see if I can just move that yellow around just a little bit. But this stuff dries fast, so there's no telling what we're going to get. But we will see. Now, if you lay your paper down and it just slips and slides right under your hands, that is too much paint. I don't have that issue. I don't have it water falling off of the edges of my jelly plate. So, you know, trial and error. Okay, this is fine. This is a good start. I like it. Okay. We're going to do one more backgroundy one. And I still have some of the green and some of the yellow on here, which is fine. I'm just going to add a little bit of metallic gold. Let's shake it. And I'm going to add a little more green. And this is a little bit of a different green. This one's never been opened. We're not going to play with it. I've got other greens in the pot, but we can just use this. This will be fine. There. If it looks lumpy bumpy, this is called gel acrylic. So that's the way it's supposed to look, lumpy bumpy. Now the metallics, in my experience, tend to dry a little bit faster. And sometimes it looks like it's not all over the jelly plate when it is. But they tend to be more transparent, so you don't always see where it is. All right, one more sheet. And here we are. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing some art and crafts. I'm still getting over a cold, but I'd say I'm 90% there. So it was a little bit of a stall in my videos, and I apologize, but when you're just so coughy and snippy and snorty, you can do art, but it's not really the art you want to do in front of an audience. Okay, let's see. That's pretty. Kind of looks like a map, doesn't it? Doesn't that kind of look like Africa and the United States, this right here, North America? Okay. All right. I'm bringing back one of the first ones we did. It feels dry to the touch. I'm sure it's not cured, but we're going to try to do a magazine transfer. And I say that with my hands over my face because I know this can be tricky. I'm reaching for my Liquitex because I have heard that sometimes the paint has something to do with it. So I want to get a color that's dark. I was really going to do black, which I believe I have one. That's purple. What are you? No, magenta. What are you? Black. Okay. So I'm going to try that and see where it goes. And I'll show you a print that I have. Here, we'll try this one. And what I've been told is that you need to have a lot of contrast between the background and the subject. And I think that we've got that. So I'm going to put the black on. I was also told, and I know that this jelly plate isn't perfectly clean. I'm all about that. That's fine. I was also told that once you use a magazine paper, you cannot use it again. You're done. So if this gets ruined, it's ruined. Okay, I think I went a little too sparing, so let's add just a little bit more. Now, do you have to have Liquitex? I don't know. I'm not saying, certainly you don't need Liquitex, the brand, but do you need this type of a heavy body? I'm not sure, but we're going to see what it does for me. And I've even bought Liquitex on clearance, pulling out of a bin. So just keep looking. Golden is another good brand. There's a lot of good brands out there. I think Liquitex and Golden are the ones I see in most like retail stores. Okay, here she goes. Now, I'm gonna get her as much pressure, even pressure as I can. I might even take my big brayer and just give her one of these. And I know you don't want to leave it on too long, and not long enough is no good either. Well, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, I am seeing something. Let's bring it off. There she is. Okay. Putting that right in the trash. Hey. Now there's like this That is like left over from who knows when. But I really, really like that. So how am I going to pick it up? All right. I'm going to give it some of this golden because this is transparent. So we'll still see the background. But I'm just trying to be careful not to touch the plate with my tube. It's a metal tube and it's probably not very forgiving. All right, let's roll her up. She doesn't seem to be smearing all over the place. I'm glad you can still see her. Okay. Let's see what we get. Might be something that'll look really cool in like an altered book, don't you think? But if I get this down to some kind of a science, I will see if I can do it even on a canvas. Ha! Oh, I dream big, I tell you. Okay. Let's see. One can only hope. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. I think she came out stunning. All right, off to the side. She came out so good, it scares me. But we're going to do again. All right, let's get a little bit of this black. That's why I wanted these plainer backgrounds, because I wanted to have it not just be all on the plain old craft paper. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just wanted to give the magazine prints a little something to sit on, but not too bold. That's why I wasn't using stencils and other things, just because I wanted to see how this would work. And you know, now I might be feeling all big-headed and the next one may not come out, but we shall see. Okay, I've got her. So let's see what she does. And I think I'm going to use my big brayer again. This is fascinating, isn't it? Tell me in the comments if you like the magazine transfer style of jelly printing. I'm just giving it a second. All right, let's see. Yep, we're getting something. Here we go. There she is. Into the trash. I know it seems wasteful, but it's what we have to do. Okay, we want to pick a color to pick her up with. Let's see. How about, I've got an awfully bright pink. Let's try an awfully bright yellow. What will it hurt, right? Plus, I like yellow and black, too. This paint is definitely more liquidy than any of the other paints I've used, even the one that was out of that jar. That's okay. I think it's okay. One more time. And let's see what we get. Now this is the 8.5 by 11 printer paper. So, air bubble. Okay, what do you say? Take a look. I'm gonna get this corner kind of up and this corner kind of up. All right. We're getting something. Look at this. Look at how clear her eyes came out. I think it's beautiful. I hope you do too. Over she goes to the drying rack. And I'm grabbing another one. Okay, this one only has that little bit, but let's see what it does. Let's see what it adds. We're going to go back to black. And should I try a different Liquitex? We could. I'm just grabbing a tube blindly. This one's pretty dark too. It's a phthalo green blue shade. Little more liquidy. Let's see where we go with it. Oh, I love the shade. Definitely a more transparent color. I don't know that that's a bad thing. I can still see so much of that girl on the plate. I'm kind of wondering, I think I will. I think I'm going to pick this up without, well, I'll just use this one. This is still this one. Let's see. It may just be, random marks, but that's not a bad thing. Okay, what do we got? It's picking up. It looks, we know what the picture is, so we can kind of figure it out. But I like the random marks. Okay, setting it aside. Now, this one is dark, but it's got that light schmear in it. I don't know. Should I go dark or should I go light? Will black show up on this purple? Maybe I should go light. I'm just looking in let's give this a go. This is called Cadmium Yellow Light. So this is what I'm using now to see if I can pick up another magazine page. We'll see what we get. I like the green that's getting picked up in it. That's just fine. It's that phthalo green. There's some black. There's all kinds of things in it. I think that's good. But I think the most prominent thing will be the yellow as far as what the picture is touching and what I'm trying to grab the picture with, I think. I'm sorry that I'm getting out of there so you can see. I get so excited. Okay, another magazine picture. This one has a lot of white spaces. Don't know what it's going to do. Well, how else do we find out? Put it down. Roll it on. And if you're wondering where I learned this technique, just watching video after video. And I'm doing a combination of what I've seen an awful lot of people do. And I've seen them come and I've seen them go as far as the quality or the satisfaction of the prints. But again, even if it's just random blotchiness with my jelly plate printing, I'm okay with that. All right, let's see if it's reacted in any way. I believe so. Can't really see her face, but sometimes after you print it, you can. So we shall see. I still want to encourage you, even if you don't think your setup is perfect, even if you don't think your paints are perfect, don't go down that trail in your mind. Just try it. There's no one you're trying to satisfy but you. All right. Big line here. Oh, well. Here we go. I'm seeing black. I'm seeing purple. I'm seeing yellow. So, her dress showed up, but the rest of her, not so much. That's okay. I'm still okay. Off it goes to the drying rack. Now I've got this background. And I'm going to go rogue. I'm going to see if I've got... Oh, Julie. Why didn't I have this ready? Because I didn't know. No idea what color. Oh, white. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. I'm going to use white. What can it hurt? Roll it on. And to tell you the truth, the way that a lot of the people are doing this is kind of like me. They're like, and they're doing the best they can. I never want to sound like I'm casting shade on these people because I'm really, really not. But, you know, it's just like you have to have just the right amount of paint. Not too much, not too little. All right, well, you know, that still puts us in the trial and error zone, doesn't it? All right, let's try her. It's another version of someone we already did. Now, another thing that I did see on many of these people's videos, some magazines work and some magazines don't. Like it has to do with the inks that they're using. So if you find yourself in your Better Homes and Gardens and it's just not working, then move on, because I just have a feeling it's not you, it's the ink. I'm using Vogue and that magazine that's like ELLE. They're both fashion magazines. Okay. Did she? Yes. There she is. I don't know if you can see her, but she is there. And so now we've got this green. I'm going to go with that transparent. Well, there's kind of a yellow there. Let's see. Something more transparency, but not that yellow. I'm looking at my paints. Opaque. Translucent. Even if this isn't open, we're opening it. These paints have like a triple seal, and it is tricky. I'll grab some pokey scissors. Again, do I recommend buying paint like this? All the time. Go now. Absolutely. I use them all the time. And I've never had something where I said, I'm just throwing this paint away. The only time that I think anyone should throw paint away is when the paint has separated and you just can't get it back together. There is some time that the separation is so serious that it just does not want to come back together. And when that happens, you just have to bite the bullet and throw it away. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but because of the shininess of the paint, I can. And it looks like we've got a good coverage. And she's white, so we're going to try her on this dark paper. Tell me in the comments if you're going to try magazine transfers, or if you have, how did they come out? Give me a few details. What do you remember? What kind of magazine you used? Do you remember if your paint was thin or heavy bodied, or did you find out it didn't matter? Like, I'm skeptical to try to use any of my metallics or pearls because no one has tried that I've watched. So, okay, we're getting a pull here. Now, she's faint, kind of ghostly, but I still like it. I really do. I'm happy with that. Okay. Kind of looks like a photograph negative. I've got one more background, and it's this. And I'm going to go back to black. Give it a go for the last. It doesn't have to be the last magazine, but we will have used up all of our backgrounds that we have so far. It is coming into the last part of August, maybe the middle of August, I guess. The actual day that I'm recording this is August 18. So I guess that's more the middle of August. And we are having some hot weather, but not oppressive. I'm going to try, and I don't think we've tried this yet. I'm going to try a black and white. So I'm going to try this. See what we get. Now, this picture on the back is intentionally blurry, so don't think something went wrong with your video watching, whether it's your television or your phone. It is blurry, this Prada ad. Have people changing their glasses. No, it's blurry. It's designed to be. I'd really like to have been in the marketing meeting for that. We're going to try to sell Prada clothes and their purses, and we're going to have the picture real blurry. Really? It's almost scary, huh? All right, now push this back up so you can see. I'm sorry. And let's see. Okay, we've got something happening here. There she is. All right. Now, I'm going to give her this cadmium yellow deep hue. Hue just means they didn't use real cadmium in it, so it's not poisonous. I still don't think you should eat it. I don't think it's designed for children, but cadmium is a poison. I've got a little something under my jelly plate. Let's not do that. I'm getting overcrowded with paint, huh? I can put some on the floor. But let's get her done first. Priorities. Okay. Now, what is this gonna be? I hope you're liking the results. So far, I'm good with them. While this is cooking, I'm just gonna push some of these paints up and out of the way. There, whoop. There we go. More wrinkles in this one than any of the others, but again, I'm not worrying about that. Just want a good amount of pressure. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. This is good. What do you think? I think she looks marvelous. Very much so. I think her face came out awfully nice. Really good. All right. Okay, that was our 4 main, no, pardon me, 6. That was 6 backgrounds that we started with. So, am I stopping? Oh, no. Oh, no. I've got more paper down there. I just turned around to make sure I wasn't lying through my teeth. I'm going to give this some white, and I'm going to just see if I can clean up the plate a little bit. And that can always give you a fun result. Maybe I'll add just a touch of gold. Sometimes it just adds a shimmer across the whole page, even though you don't look at it and say, yeah, gold. It's just there, just a shimmer, and in certain ways you turn it. That, that adds interest. It's like, oh, wait, I think I saw something. Yeah, and it can happen so quickly, it'd be like a shooting star. Oh, did you see that? Did I see that? I'm not sure. Okay, and I'm really wanting to get the paint on the edges, see if we can clean up the edges. And then obviously I'm going to need to find a piece of paper that will cover my whole jelly plate, but it'll be fun. With a bigger sheet here, I think this will do the trick. Down she goes, and there. Yeah, we've had severe clear, and we've had just touching the 80s, like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 80s, but for the rest of the time, it's been in the 70s. We haven't had any rain for 3 days, but that's all right. We had a whole weekend of rain, so we're okay. It's time to water the plants, that's for sure, but everyone's grass isn't black or straw, so that's good. All right, let's see what this is cleaned up. Oh, see? I think this is really nice. I mean, I realize that I'm not showing you something like a face again, but I like it. Good. We're going to keep it to the side. And let's go for some other kind of a background. I'm going to go with this magenta. There's still some white on my plate. We've still got some stuff on the edges. That's okay. And let's just see what, because this is, I would say maybe is kind of a medium color, and it is more transparent. It's not opaque. So, but would you say, oh, this is so dark? No, but this is a nice light color. No. So if there's such a thing as medium, then that's what we've got going on here is medium. Okay, let's get another large. Let's try it this way. May not cover the whole plate, but we're giving it a try. Yeah, I think we did. I think we did. Thanks for those that were saying, turn it around, change the orientation. Okay, I did. Thank you. My sister is here with me. She's not in the room with me. She's out at a quilt show. And she's with a friend, so that's cool. But she came up from Atlanta, Georgia, so it's just been wonderful to have her. Her name is Abby. Hi, Abby. Yep, here we go. Okay, taking this one off. Oh, yeah. See, I like this. I think that is a cool background. Okay. And we're going to do another one. I hope the backgrounds aren't too boring. All right, I want something sticky that's going to pick up this stuff. Let's go with that phthalo green blue shade or something. It's multiple names. You'll find that your Liquitex, Golden, those are the two acrylics that stick out in my mind the most. But there's more that are just as good. They use the true pigment names in their colors, which is good. And I know I've said it before, but there's always new people. When you're buying from these types of companies, when you buy this phthalo green blue shade in 3 years, you're going to have the same color. Whereas when you're buying, and I love the craft paints. I use them. Even if I buy them for $0.25 or $1 or whatever I do, I use them. I like them. They have a very valuable place. You can never get those craft paints for sure to be the same in years to come. You might, but chances are it's going to be difficult. So it just depends on the kind of art you're doing at the time and what kind of results do you want, and just all that kind of stuff. Okay, this is background number 3 for round 2. And what have we got? Fine. I wanted to look. There's still some gold shimmer, and this is white. I wasn't sure if it was white or leftover silver. Okay, so we've got that guy. Looks good. Now, I don't know that I have enough magazine pictures. Well, let's see. How many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So, of course, she's stuck like glue. It's okay. There we go. All right. So I think I have enough backgrounds. 1, 2, 3, 1 more. All right, let's get the paper. Okay, let's use a light background because we know that black works for the picking up of the ink. And let's be brave and give it a little bit of silver. Despite, I think this is the first time I used the silver. I think I only used gold before. I have a head like a sieve. The phthalo. Phthalos are strong. I don't care what kind of paint you buy. Phthalos are strong, but man, you get a lot of punch. I like them. But the fact that there was still either it's coming off of my brayer or it's coming off of the sheet itself, that doesn't surprise me. Not a bit. Why we got that could be silver. That's making that kind of, I don't know if you can see, kind of a wave. All right, let's just get this on. Now this one came out a little small. So when I'm cutting them at the time, oh, it feels like they're all about the same size, but not always, not always. Okay, pick this up. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's hit this. We've got, still to me, it looks like an awful lot of paint on here. So I'm just going to put this on another sheet. Some people set like a piece of Dyson or sticky stuff like cupboard lining stuff, drawer lining stuff. Those kind of clingy, and that keeps their gel plate from wanting to do like this. But I have so much going on this table, I just don't want to add another thing to it. Hey, now this is cleaning up nice. Yep. Look. Good. Fine. Okay. I'm going to try another magazine. So let's go with the black again. Sorry if I'm getting loud and soft as I reach because of where the microphone is. It may be variable, and I apologize. This black is one of the thickest that I'm using today, but it does eventually spread out nice. I don't have a hard time moving it around. It's not a struggle. Okay, picture. I'm going to do her. What do you think? She's going to give me a significant black frame, but I don't mind. see. I just feel like if I draw on this with my hands, you know, like this and that, I don't know why, I feel like it could affect the outcome. And it probably can't, but for some reason, okay. I'm going to take a slug of coffee here. Sorry, but my voice is going away. You can forgive me that, I hope. Let's see. There she is. She's a beauty. Okay, I'm looking over my backgrounds and I've got some nice light ones. So I'm going to take this yellow. This yellow picked up nice. There we go. It's transparent enough that I think some of the background can show, and it is opaque enough that I think the contrast will be there. Can you see her through? I can. I hope you can. Okay, grabbing one of these backgrounds. So I'm using this background. And we're going to get her, I hope. Then we're going to have a video on how we're going to use these, right? And to tell you the truth, I haven't seen one of those yet. Not saying it's not out there. And I have seen, and I've made myself, ways that you can use your jelly plate prints, but not magazine transfers. I've seen them done just like we're doing today. But how they use them, that I haven't seen. Not saying it's not out there. Haven't seen it. If you want to point me to a video, then I'd be happy to watch it. Okay. Let's pick her up. This is great. This is great. Kind of reminds me of like a 50s movie, you know, a movie poster kind of thing. All right, let's set it down. Grabbed another. And this pink, I would love to put a dark color other than black on here. But what? She says, with a question mark in her voice. How about this purple? Let's give it a go. And this is called Dioxazine Purple. That's it, Dioxazine Purple. I do think, not sure, it feels like as I'm doing this process, like a thinner coat is happier than a thick coat when it comes to getting the magazine print to stick to the plate. It feels that way to me. I could be mistaken. I love this color. It's gorgeous. Okay, magazine picture. I'm gonna do her. Omega watch. It's a nice gift. Can't deny that. My dad always wore Omegas. He liked it because, to my knowledge, but you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, Omega was the first watch that was considered having a self-winding mechanism. Just the movement made a little thing inside go doot, 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 and it wound itself. Okay. Let's see what we've got. There she is. Okay. Now, we're going to pick her up with, white. Why not? Well, I don't know what this white will do. Titanium, that's black. No. Here, I'm going to pick her up with white. See how this goes. Now the titanium white does not want to spread as easily as the black, but it does, it is spreading. And I'll tell you, when it comes to brayers, from my experience, a good quality brayer is no more expensive than a bad quality. And Speedball is known for their printing supplies. So I like my Speedball and I would recommend it. I'm not working for Speedball. I don't have a account with them, or I don't get a kickback, so I don't have any special code. I wish, but no one has considered me for an affiliate program, and that's okay. Everything in its time. And besides, if I didn't love it, and it's not a product I use regularly, I'm not going to go with it anyway. Okay, what do we got? Oh, plate's going up in the air. Let's go over here where I can hold on to it better. She's great. Look. Look, even her hair came out great. Yep, good one. All right. Okay, should we experiment? Should we stop doing everything so safe? I'm going to use the titanium white again, and I'm going to see if I can use it to get the image on the plate. Right? What do we have to lose? Nothing. And we already know we've had some successes, so we can't say that if I've just wasted my jelly print time. No, I haven't. Besides, I'm spending time with you, and that means a lot to me. I'm so glad you're here right now, whether it's a week or a year after I post this video. I'm glad you're here. Anytime you hit the like button, subscribe if you like my channel, and anytime that you leave a comment, all those things help me so much. All right, we're going to try this sitting girl and see what we get. I did learn, for those of you who are fellow YouTube creators, that because of feedback, when Google asks, sometimes it's Google's, which Google is the people who own YouTube. Sometimes it's a YouTube thing. When you do those surveys, they do pay attention and they do react. And they said, the younger channels feel like they're not being shown enough because they're trying to compete with people who've been on so long. Well, YouTube agreed. They changed their algorithm to also look at what is the content and trying to match up. If you liked this really, really popular person who did, we'll just say jelly printing for instance, and let's see. Oh, I don't think it's working. And certainly since the paper's sticking, we'll just print it off and see what we get. But I'm not seeing much, but it could be because it's white. So yeah, YouTube is trying to be more friendly for us new creators. So that's a good thing. All right, let's give it this cadmium yellow. Oh, this tube gives me fits. This stuff spreads like a dream. This is a Dana Rowley. Yeah, Dana Rowley paper paint. I like it. But I haven't had the same feeling for all of their paints. But this is the first time I got one in a metal tube. So I don't know if it's like, you know, do they have, like Liquitex says Liquitex Basic, which is their student grade, not children's, but student grade, which is a very good quality product. And then they've got their heavy-bodied professional acrylic. Well, maybe the Daler Rowney has the same thing, and I'm just not familiar with it. And that could be. Okay, pulling up another one. Let's see where we go. Very little. I still like the page though. It's not a loss. Okay, that's gonna be it for doing the magazine pulls. I just want to do a couple textury ones, and I've got these two white ones left. Not that I left them on purpose, it's just the way it is. So what I'm going to do is I want to roll out a pink, and to that I want to add some silver, and let's get this moving. And I want to add some textures. And what I have is I've got some, potato bag stuff, what you'd call it. Potato bag net. You'll see. And then I want to put that on here. All right. Okay, got kind of a pink blob in there, but that's all right. Yeah, so I've got this potato bag netting that it won't cover the whole plate, but it'll definitely give us some texture, and that's what I want. It might even be kind of wrinkly. I don't care. Whoops. Let's see what this does. This is, you know, I figure people have magazine pictures. They can use that. People have produce bags. You can use that. Why not? You don't have to buy expensive stencils. You don't have to buy expensive paint. You don't have to have expensive paper. You do need the jelly plate, and I strongly recommend a brayer. As a matter of fact, I'm really not sure how successful you would be in trying to use a brush or something. Maybe a paint roller would be okay. I don't know. I think it would absorb up an awful lot of your precious paints. All right. Let's see what we got. Yes. I love it. So there we have that. Beautiful texture. Look at here. Beautiful. Okay. Well done. I like it. And I've got this one. Now I'm going to pick these guys up, and they too have to go on my drying rack. I don't wash these. They're just too fine. Okay. And I'm going to use some of this yellow. And a little bit of this phthalo greeny. Well, that's kind of what's on there. Well, that's all right. That's all right. It won't be the same. And let's give this a mix up. Again, I'm not worried about trying to marbleize this all, or make it homogenized, I should say, but just letting it be marbly, that's all right. Okay, now, something else I believe everyone has, bubble wrap. Just gonna lay this on and let it pick up some paint. And now add that texture. I've got to put this on the drying rack. Now let's add this texture to this. And see what we get. So we're already at an hour. I am so thankful for all of you that have stuck by this and are with me now. It means a whole lot. Very grateful. And let's see. Bubble wrap. Very subtle, but it's there. Really, really pretty. I like this. Okay. All right, now I have, let's see, I'm looking around. I have one sheet left right here. Let's have some fun with it. I'm going to use this. We haven't used this that I can remember. Maybe we did. It's kind of a corally color, but I like it. And we'll see what this does with what's under there. And see if we can kind of pick up some of this. I know that people, while they're doing this, they're doing tags, they're doing envelopes, and all of that's beautiful, but I don't seem like I need to have those things to keep my jelly plate moving. You know, they're doing all the edges and stuff, and I rarely do that. And I don't throw away a lot of paint. I mean, when I'm done and I'm just cleaning up the dredges on my plate, I'm not wasting just gobs and gobs of paint. Whoops, sorry. All right, I'm gonna pick this up. Amazing. All right. So if you like this series of videos, and look, I think the bubble wrap showed up better on this one. Please consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.